William Parks, technically now graduate of Hampton University. I was involved mainly in the planning, and then I took it on as my thesis project. We started off doing it how an urban theory class would be, where we looked at the neighborhood from the satellite pictures. We looked at it on a map. What's near it? What does it have going for it? What's acting against it? Then we went and talked to the people, and we assessed where they're experiencing difficulties versus where we're seeing difficulties at. Once we sat down and explained to them, hey, look, we're just trying to help, then it was like, completely opening the gates, whatever you need. We got to go down in the basements and look at houses, see how the houses worked on the inside, if there were spaces to move, utilities. We would hold interviews in the community center. Just come on down and tell us what's going on, and if you want, we can come back and look and assess it for you. And that's how a lot of the ideas came, was from just being in the neighborhood. They were all just ideas that we were kind of just thrown out of because we collected it from a ground basin versus just looking at it from a satellite view. We took it straight on from the beginning, knowing that flooding and sea level rise are going to be main issues that we were going to have to face. But how do we get the water from the street level somewhere else so that the site's still accessible? But also the fact that when the house is raised, to get it out of the floodplain, it just creates an eyesore for the neighborhood. And with it being a historic district, you don't want to just jack the house up, lose its historic denomination, make an eyesore. So there needed to be some type of transition between the street level and the house. And we started looking at that, and that's when we came up with the idea of, okay, a slope, but somewhere in that slope the water gets stored. It started to look at things like, how is it going to be put together? I realized that modularity was the best route to go. So I looked into cheaper materials like plastics, thermoplastics, something that would be durable, something that was recyclable, something that has 20, 30 years to it. But the biggest factor was the modularity, so that, okay, the house isn't going to get raised tomorrow, but they are experiencing these flooding issues. So if they had something today that they could go to Lowe's or Home Depot, pick up in the back of their truck and bring to their house, then they have a solution for now, but it also can be added onto at a later date. So now, with the renderings and with almost shop drawings, it's something that we can say, hey, look, this could be available pretty soon. And it doesn't apply just to Chesterfield Heights. So it can be used in Savannah or other places around the world, because it's going to be a huge issue. Architecture meant one thing until I took this class, and now it's completely changed. So it's no longer just designing a building, it's designing the building, the space around the building, the site, the way to and from the building. Like, it's everything, not just a building.